Ahora sí, tell me un poquito más. Hola, I'm Kim.
And I'm Cindy Gaxiola.
And this is our podcast, Tell Me Un Poquito Más.
Season 4.
Season 4. Damn, Cindy, I thought that by 4 seasons, I will be starting this episode a little different.
I mean, look, I have nothing against the way that you
Really?
start.
You guys like that? Hola.
But okay, let's try this again. Give me another language. Let's go.
Oh, we're going different language?
I mean,
okay.
We want to do it differently.
Bonjour. This is Tell Me Un Poquito Más.
That's English.
Je m'appelle Kim. No, but jokes aside, guys, we are so excited to be starting another season 4. Could you believe it's been 6 months since our last season?
That's wild. I can't believe it, but I kind of could because we changed our whole little setup.
We changed our setup, guys.
And we took 6 months. Not that we took 6 months. I mean, a lot happened, but at least we had 6 months to grow, to become wiser, to just become better women.
I would hope so.
Yeah. Nos tomamos 6 meses. Son 6 meses desde la última grabación que hicimos de un episodio del podcast. Y, o sea, fueron 6 meses en donde espero que hayamos podido crecer, aprender y ser más sabias.
Totalmente. Totalmente. No,
Me gustan tus comentarios. Efectivamente.
No, pero de verdad estamos súper emocionadas de comenzar esta nueva temporada. We are so excited to start this new season. And as you guys know, today's topic is about expectations. El tema de hoy es sobre las expectativas. Pero antes, ya saben que aquí en Tell Me Un Poquito Más tenemos datos curiosos. Before, you know that here in Tell Me Un Poquito Más, we have fun facts. And today, it's about the National Science Foundation did a study on the brain. And they showed that on average, a human has 40,000 thoughts a day. 80% of those thoughts are negative thoughts. Wait, and 95% are repetitive thoughts from the day before. Crazy, right? Es un estudio que hicieron sobre el cerebro y on average una persona tiene 40,000 pensamientos al día y 80% de esos pensamientos son negativos y 95% de esos pensamientos son de pensamientos del día anterior, o sea, repetitive, ¿cómo se dice?
Se repiten.
Se repiten nuestros pensamientos, o sea, qué loco, o sea, nuestro cerebro, o sea,
O sea, no soy una experta en matemáticas. Yo hice estas calculaciones antes.
A ver.
O sea que tenemos más o menos 32,000 pensamientos negativos al día.
Wow.
We have about 32,000 negative thoughts per day.
That is insane. And it's just crazy because we have control of that.
We do. Really do. That's why I think our goal should be to change that narrative. That's why we're talking about this. We don't mean to bring you guys down. Like, y'all are negative. No, we're negative. No. Our goal is always to bring awareness to things and to try to make a difference.
For sure. This is a whole another episode because there was actually another study that showed that 85% of the worries that we have are worries that never happen. 85% de nuestras preocupaciones son preocupaciones que nunca suceden. Así que sí, como dice Cindy, o sea, es como un dato curioso. Yo creo que definitivamente es otro episodio. It's just a fun fact that we wanted to share, but it's definitely another episode to talk about.
It is. And now, our topic of today, expectations. And I think it's such an important topic because at least before we spoke about it and did our research, I don't think I was actually aware of how much it's relevant in our lives.
Oh, yeah.
Yo creo que antes de hacer nuestro research y de escuchar pláticas sobre este tema, no estaba consciente del nivel de relevancia que tiene este tema en nuestras vidas.
Totalmente. Y, a ver, primero que continuemos, ¿qué son las expectativas? What are expectations?
Expectation. So if we start with the dictionary definition.
It's like literally the definition.
According to Oxford Dictionary, an expectation is a strong belief that something will occur or will be the case in the future.
Okay.
Una expectativa es realmente pensar que algo va a suceder en el futuro. O sea, que tú estés como realmente set en que va a suceder eso.
It becomes a list of things that we build up, of things that we think how they should be. Son como cosas que nos ponemos en nuestras mentes de cómo las cosas deberían de ser.
And if you think about it, it's all here because it's not the reality, right? Like it's a
projected reality.
Oh, perdón. No, but it is. It's true. It is a projected reality. It's not the actual truth.
It's not. And I think we could see this in a lot of different areas. I think in relationships, like, I think in relationships,
That's a whole other topic.
Definitely see it. We create all of these expectations of what he should do, of what this. I think, I don't know, like an example could be like, say it was Valentine's Day, right?
I love how she always talks about what he should do. Men create expectations.
Sorry, he, she. I know, right? I love how you always catch me. I never realized.
Yes, because we got to be speaking for both.
Thanks, Cindy.
Okay.
Anyway. No, but let me. So an example. Say it's Valentine's Day. You know, you expect him to decorate your room with balloons, with flowers. You have this expectation, and then he just prepares a dinner for you. So we could get so caught up in what we were expecting. We're not present in the moment. We don't feel appreciative of the dinner because we were expecting him to decorate our room, decorate whatever, and it didn't happen.
Yeah, and if you think about how sad that is, but because even the way that you said it, you're like, you expect this, because that is kind of how our brain looks at it, right? Like, I want flowers, I want this, I want that, and then you're like, and then he just makes a dinner. Well, no, shoot.
Dinner's cute, right?
Like, no, think about the value. Like, like we place value in the wrong things. Yeah. Like, we don't see the value in him. And right now we're talking about this specific example because you used girl and guy. But you don't see the value in him cooking the dinner, going out of his way, thinking about creating this moment for you, and you don't appreciate the value of what he did because of what you created in your head.
Because you were expecting something different. Porque tú estabas... Oh, no lo he dicho en español. ¿O sí lo dije?
No lo dijiste.
Ok, el ejemplo fue de que ponle tú que es el día de San Valentín y tú esperas de que tu novio te prepare no sé, un setup de rosas, de balloons y todo eso, y tú esperas todo eso y nomás te das una cena. Y es como de que y es como de que puedes estar tan, o sea, estás tan caught up en la expectativa que tú tenías que no valoramos, no apreciamos lo que realmente nos dio, lo que nos regaló, porque no nos dio lo que nosotros esperábamos.
Sí, y con ese ejemplo nos damos cuenta de que las expectativas nos pueden decepcionar. Nos decepcionan.
Oh, sí, totalmente.
I think with that example, we realize like expectations could lead to disappointment.
Yeah.
Which is why we feel it's important to talk about expectations and be aware of them, because us having expectations doesn't guarantee anything.
Ooh, and I think that's why we get disappointed, because it doesn't happen. And then that's where the disappointment comes out.
Yes, exactly. I mean, we were watching a TED Talk that spoke about we are a big reason for why human beings today are unhappy is because of their expectations. It's because we create this false reality of the way things should be, and if the reality doesn't exceed those expectations, we're disappointed and we're not happy
and we're not present with what we do have.
Exactly. Estábamos viendo un TED Talk en donde estaban hablando sobre las expectativas son una gran razón por la cual mucha gente no es feliz hoy en día, porque creamos unas expectativas en nuestra mente que si la realidad de cómo suceden las cosas no sobrepasa las expectativas que creamos, nos decepcionamos y no estamos felices con la realidad.
And also, you know what? Going back on that, I feel like expectations are also, they could come off on things that we would do. So we expect others to do the same thing. But no, it doesn't work like that. People work differently. People handle things differently. It's just not, that's how I would do it. I shouldn't expect others to do it that same way.
So you would say you are someone that creates a lot of expectations for others?
Oh, yeah. Oh, for sure. 1,000%. Yo sí creo mucho. Sí. Y no es bueno, porque sí como les digo.
Porque te molestas cuando no sucede.
O sea, demasiado. O sea, yo espero de que esta persona haga algo y no lo hacen y yo como que me molesto, la verdad. No es de que me enojo, así que ya no les voy a hablar, pero sí, o sea, es algo que me afecta. Lo he notado en mis trabajos anteriores, en my previous jobs. You know, if, I don't know, my coworker or boss didn't do something that I was expecting, I would get bothered. But it's like, okay, it's what I wanted them to do, but that's not how they work. como en trabajos anteriores, como si mi coworker, ¿cómo se dice? Con la persona con la que trabajo,
Compañero.
mi jefe no hizo lo que yo esperaba, me molestaba. Pero no, yo no puedo controlar eso. O sea, ellos trabajan de esa manera y no hay nada de lo que pueda hacer.
Es verdad.
Entonces la pregunta es, ¿cómo? Bueno, antes de la pregunta, a ver, tú, Cindy. Yo ya
Ay, yo dije, ya me libré.
I already said my how I am with expectations. How do you feel like I don't know, are you really expectant of people?
I think, and this probably sounds like corny or cliche, but I do think I'm someone that has very high expectations of myself. Like, I'm very hard on myself. I think my personality tends to be kind of like perfectionist. So I hold myself to like a very high standard. And I do think when I don't meet that, I do become disappointed. So mentally, it's been like, it's actually something that I'm working through in therapy, because I realized like, oh, why do I do this? Why do I do that? And it's because I expect this much of myself. So I do think I am that with myself. I think with others, I don't know that I am as much. I feel like I'm a little bit more aware of what is my desire and what is the reality. So I don't think I apply it as much onto other people. Again, I'm not saying, I feel like we all create our expectations. Like, I'm not saying I'm perfect and I don't do it, but I think I do it more heavily on myself than on others. I think I've learned, like, with other people, I'm trying so hard to, it is what it is. Like, people are who they are, and I can't change that. I think there are times where if it really bothers me, I could communicate a desire. So I'm a little bit more aware of that, but I wouldn't say it's an expectation most of the time. I'm not perfect, but
yeah.
Soy alguien, va a sonar súper cheesy, pero soy alguien que creo que las expectativas las creo más en mí misma que en los demás. O sea, yo soy alguien que creo muchísimas expectativas de mí misma. Mi personalidad conmigo tiende a ser muy perfeccionista, entonces creo que conmigo sí me sucede mucho, en donde trato tengo una expectativa de ser de cierta manera, y cuando no lo hago, cuando no lo logro, me decepciono. O sea, me decepciono en mí misma, y crea como un cycle que no es bueno. Y es algo que de hecho estoy tratándolo mucho con mi terapista ahorita, porque nos dimos cuenta de que sí, o sea, tengo unas expectativas muy altas de mí misma, y a veces no me dejo ser yo.
Y no las cumples y te decepcionas.
Exacto.
Entonces, la pregunta es, ¿cómo podemos dejar de tener tantas expectativas? ¿Así es?
Sí.
How can we let go of these high expectations?
Well, it's not even like these high expectations.
I
think one thing that is important for us to mention is that we're not saying that, like, I don't know that we could sit here and say expectations are bad, don't have any. Like, that's not what we're trying to say.
There's so many quotes of that, like, no expectations, happy life, or something like that. But I mean, I think that's hard. I think it's hard to have zero expectations.
Or like how people say, what is it? Like, have low expectations. I can't remember the saying. Never mind.
Look it up.
Expect the worst, but hope for the best. Expect the worst, but hope for expect the worst, but hope for the best. Esperar lo peor, pero tener la esperanza de que suceda lo mejor. No sé, como que creo que eso suena muy tóxico.
Sí, intenso.
That sounds very toxic.
So how could we work on it? How could we manage it? How could we go on live with this whole expectation stuff? Because how we said, I think as humans, we are going to be expectant.
Yes, I think one of the things that we heard a lot in these TED Talks, that we read a lot about, is living in the now. Like, don't be so caught up in what is in your head, but like, take things for what they are in this present moment. Una de las cosas que escuchamos mucho en las pláticas que escuchamos es de que es el vivir en el ahora. O sea, no dejarnos vivir en lo que creamos en nuestra cabeza, y dejar las cosas ser lo que son en este momento.
Yeah, because us living on those expectations could even stop us from living to our fullest potential. Nosotros estar constantemente con esas expectativas hasta nos pueden prevenir en vivir nuestro más alto potencial.
I think another thing is being reasonable. How could I have a strong belief that something will be a certain way if it's out of my control? like being aware of those things that we can control. I cannot control the way that you are going to react to something. So why would I hold you to that expectation, if that makes sense?
I mean, but then again, if it's something that truly bothers you, then you do communicate it, because then it's don't you have to have that balance too.
Of course. I personally think so. And yeah, I personally think so.
Yeah, definitely. If it's something that truly bothers you, if it's something major to you, yeah, communicate it. Like, yo, I mean, like, again, how we said it, I communicated to you, like, you know, just.
But understand the difference between an expectation and a desire, because I think when we communicate out of the expectation, we assume that our way of wanting things is right, but it's right for us.
For us, yeah.
So I think that's important to be aware of. Like, yes, communicate, but communicate from a standpoint of being aware that that's just a desire that you want for yourself. That doesn't mean that applies to everyone else or to that person.
And again, how we always say, I think all of this is definitely baby steps. We're not saying the day of tomorrow, like, you know, we're going to be like, oh, you know, I'm just going to wake up and...
Zero expectations. Let me live my life.
Yeah, zero expectations, 100% happiness. None of that. I think it's just a matter of baby steps. It's just a matter... The topic is just to bring awareness to it. Become aware, become present. Remember to stay... grateful, and
none of us are perfect. We're all learning, we're all growing, so let's do it together. Let's keep having these conversations.
Así es. Todo esto es como son baby steps. No esperamos que el día de mañana
pasito.
Suavecito. No esperamos de que el día de mañana ya vengan con todo de que ay ya, o sea, hoy desperté y cero expectativas. No, es para estar aware, es para estar presente, y es importante tener estas pláticas.
Exacto, para crecer, para, como decimos, ser más sabios.
Creciendo juntas. Y bueno, chicas y chicos, de nuevo, gracias de todo corazón por permitirnos traerles otra temporada,
otro episodio
de Tell Me un poquito más. Como saben, se los agradeceríamos de todo corazón si comparten. Ya saben que estamos disponibles en YouTube bajo Tell Me un poquito más y en todas las plataformas de podcast. Again, we thank you guys so much for your love, for your comments, for allowing us to come with another season of Tell Me un poquito más. We invite you guys to like this video. We're available on YouTube, Tell Me un poquito más, and on all podcast platforms.
And stay tuned, because we have a very special guest in our next episode.
Very special guest. Ooh, that's so true. Our next episode is bomb. So again, thank you guys. Stay tuned, and until next time.